Let's be honest, we've all been in an interview, right? But what's really going on in that room? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on the psychological interview. It's an incredibly powerful tool that's used pretty much everywhere, from clinics to big corporate offices. We're going to dive into the arts and the science behind what looks like a simple conversation, but can reveal so much.
So, here's our game plan. First up, we'll figure out what separates a real interview from just, a chat. Then we'll break down its essential ingredients and the different ways it can be structured. After that, we'll explore why it's such a go-to tool for assessment. And finally, we're going to tackle the single biggest challenge that can trip up even the most experienced pros, subjectivity. Okay, so let's get right into it. We all use the word interview pretty casually, but in a psychological setting, it completely transforms from a simple conversation into, well, a precision instrument. So what on earth makes it so different?
It really all boils down to this, doesn't it? What's the actual difference between grabbing coffee and just chatting with a friend versus a clinical interview? I mean, on the surface, it's just two people talking. But underneath it all, their entire structure, their DNA, you could say, is fundamentally different. And here is the key. At its very heart, an interview is all about gathering information. But that phrase right there, that's the one you want to remember. A conversation with a purpose. That purpose, it changes absolutely everything.
Just look at this breakdown. The differences are night and day. An interview has a super clear purpose, defined roles for each person. It's even built on a foundation of rapport, and you can actually measure how effective it is. A regular conversation, it doesn't have any of that structure. It's this intentional design that turns simple talk into a powerful tool.
So, what gives an interview that formal structure? Well, it really comes down to three essential ingredients that are always there, turning what looks like a simple dialogue into this powerful diagnostic tool.
First up, it's purposeful. A casual chat can wander all over the place, but an interview, it has a laser focus. Every single question is designed to get closer to a specific goal, whether that's making a diagnosis or just gathering really critical information. There are no wasted moves.
Next, it's a guided interaction. You can almost think of the interviewer as a skilled navigator. Yeah, it's a two-way street, but one person is always steering the conversation, making sure it stays on course and doesn't just drift off into the weeds. And finally, and honestly, this might just be the most crucial ingredient of all, is rapport. This is the magic key. It's all about building a foundation of trust that makes it feel safe for someone to be open and vulnerable. Without that connection, even the most perfectly designed interview is going to fall flat. It's the human element that truly unlocks everything else.
Okay, so we've got the core ingredients. Now let's look at the actual blueprints. How are these interviews built? Well, there are two main ways to go about it, and the choice between them really shapes the entire conversation. This slide just nails the trade-off. On one side, you've got the structured interview. Think of it like a strict checklist. It's consistent, it's scientific, and it's got high reliability and validity. That just means it's dependable. You get similar results time after time, and it actually measures what you think you're measuring. But on the other side, you have the unstructured interview, which is more like an octopus. It's flexible, it's exploratory, it can reach into all these unexpected corners, it can uncover some incredible insights, but that freedom is exactly what makes it less predictable and way harder to standardize. So we have these different blueprints, but what makes the interview itself so powerful? I mean, with all the advanced tests and scans we have today, why do we still rely on just a conversation? Let's zoom in on its unique strengths. This is really where the interview shines. A multiple-choice test can't capture that tiny flicker of doubt in someone's eyes or the hesitation in their voice before they answer a tough question. The interview gathers data that goes way beyond words. We're talking tone, body language, those little pauses. It's this holistic, real-time observation that gives a depth of understanding that basically no other tool can match. But there's a catch. Of course there is. That amazing flexibility, especially in those unstructured interviews, it comes with a huge challenge, a trap that every single interviewer has to be trained to avoid. This quote from our source material really says it all. The very freedom that makes unstructured interviews so insightful is also their biggest weakness. The human element introduces all these variables that are just incredibly difficult to control.
And here it is, the Achilles heel of the interview, subjectivity. See, the interviewer's own mind acts like a filter. For instance, an interviewer who really values outgoing people might, without even realizing it, interpret a quiet, thoughtful person's answers more negatively. Their personal bias, whether they know it's there or not, can color the entire assessment. That's why the best interviewers aren't just good at asking questions, they are masters of self-awareness.
So we're left with this puzzle. The interview is an absolutely essential tool for understanding the human mind, no doubt about it. But using it is a constant balancing act. How do we harness its incredible power to get deep, meaningful insights while also protecting the process from the unavoidable challenge of our own human bias? That, right there, is the true art and science of the psychological interview.